We're going to do a small unboxing today, just 2 canvases this time. I mentioned these a while back as far as getting them, but I haven't gotten around to doing the unboxing for them until now. So we're going to do 1 Diamond Dotz and 1 Diamond Art, Leisure Arts Company one. And I'll try to remember to link the video I did down below of the Leisure Arts video I did not too long ago, where I talk about how I figured out that Leisure Arts it looks like it's a sister company of Diamond Dotz. So that's why the packaging looks pretty similar. So the quality level should be relatively comparable as well. So I think I'm going to call this one something like SEASIDE snack size, something like that, because this one is a partial. This one is a full drill, but in a smaller size. So let's see what all is in here. We'll start with the Diamond Dotz one. This is a partial called Pearls of Wisdom, an idea of the partial you're working with. So all of this is going to be your background that you're not going to do anything with, and then you'll do the small pearls and then the big oyster with the pearl in the middle. And looks like your toolkit is all packaged up in here. I don't see any ABs right off the bat in this one, but we'll dig in and see. And these are 2 that I think I bought these. I don't know if it was quite on Amazon Prime days, period, a few months ago, or it might have been around that time. But I remember these being pretty heavily discounted when I got them, because I remember that one, when I got this one was $3, and then this one, I think they were just doing a sale, and it just happened to be around Amazon Prime days. But I think Diamond Dotz store was doing a sale where they had this one discounted down to like $6 or something. One of those limited time deals they do every so often with stuff at Amazon. So this is your toolkit for the Diamond Dotz one. Gray tray, purple squishy, a little container of wax. There's usually like 2 or 3 discs in here. Your placer, and then let me open this, because I did an unboxing recently. I don't remember which video it was for, but yeah, see, this one is missing the multi-placers as well. That's weird. I don't know if that's just a thing they're doing now. They're just like, in this economy you want multi-placers. I don't know. But yeah, that seems to be a trend with kits I'm getting here recently with the Diamond Dotz is kind of, I was about to say the premium kits, and Diamond Dotz does have some premium kits in their line. The majority of the stuff they sell these days is pretty much budget friendly. You can get a lot of their partials and stuff for anywhere from like $5 up to like $20, and then they have a sort of a mid-range kit collection where it's like 20 up to like 50-60 bucks, and then they have like a premium top tier collection that they play around with, where I don't know how much luck they're having with it. I haven't heard a lot of people buying them up, but they do have one where they have some kits that are in the $100 to $200 range. Obviously full drill. I think people would be pretty mad if you had like a $200 partial kit, but I don't know, they might be trying it. I don't personally own any of those. I think the most expensive one I own from Diamond Dotz is like one of their $40 or $50 ones. I forget which one I have, but one of those. But yeah, they have a whole range of them. So there's usually something for any budget within the Diamond Dotz line, but they are considered sort of like a mid-range kind of nicer company, not entirely super duper budget, but not like premium as far as like Diamond Art Club level premium. They're kind of in the middle. But considering that, they do tend to have higher quality products even in their more budget friendly kits. So you would think that they would do something small like include the multi-placers, because even the budget companies that do like the $2 or $3 kits, they remember that. So I don't know why that's trending with Diamond Dotz and some of the other more premium companies lately. But yeah, no multi-placers in your kit, so just be aware of that. Let's see what the canvas looks like before we get into the drills. Yeah, nabbit, I forgot the scraper again. if I get big enough to have merch and stuff, I'll have to make t-shirts or something. It says scraper free zone. I don't do it intentionally. My mind gets distracted with other things. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the thing. So all curled up in here is your instruction sheet in multi-languages and pictures. So if you're new to this, this will get you set up in whatever language format you need. And then this is your canvas here. I will probably edit out the scraping portion, just because I know when I watch videos and I have to listen to people struggling with the plastic, it kind of, there's a part of me that's just like, oh my God, just get on with it. So if you're also in that mind frame, I will go ahead and just make a cut here so you don't have to watch that. Well, even with the plastic flattened out, it still wants to do the fruit roll-up thing on me. So let me see if I can, there we go. It's a partial, so there's not a whole lot to see here, but just so you can see what the canvas looks like. So you're not doing anything with the background. It says Pearls of Wisdom up here. That's imprinted. You're not doing anything with that. So yeah, it's just the little bitty pearls down here, down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that other one in the corner. So the pearls down here, the outside and inside of the oyster shell, and then you have 1 or 2 big pearls sitting in there. And that's it. That's basically your canvas. So as you can see, it's going to be a lot of brown and yellow, and then some little hints of purple and pink in there. And there may be some ABs, considering this is pearls. Yeah, I do see at least one AB in here. So let's take a look at the colors here. So here are some yellows. And then you get, this is sort of it's in the, I would say this is in the like brownish tan family. And then you have a neutral here that has a little bit of a yellow undertone, some gray, some really light green, some light gray, kind of khaki color. This is like a super dark brown. Some more kind of brownish putty color. Kind of a muted blue there. And then in this train, we have some more grays. A little bit more blue, and a darker blue. Some more grays. A little bit lighter gray. So a little bit of sort of lavender-ish purple. A little bit more light green. Some more brownish gray. Another neutral, and then a little bit of what looks like kind of a creamsicle orange color. So there's that one, and then one more little train, some super light yellow, some more brown, some more dark gray, another kind of, it's not really dusty purple, it's kind of a pastel, why did I say purple? Pastel green. And then, okay, let me see. That is not an AB. These two are ABs. So you get a light pink AB and then a white AB. If you can see that. From what I've experienced with working with Diamond Dotz kits, they do like to put emphasis, as far as when they include ABs, they do like to put emphasis on white ABs and then throw you a bone with some other lighter colors. But the bulk of their ABs tends to be white. That seems to be their preferential AB they throw in a lot of times. So that's what's in Pearls of Wisdom. There's 26 colors all together. So I'll give you a close-up of the drill field here. Pretty nice, pretty simple, pretty clean printing. Nothing too conversation worthy, I guess. I just thought it would be one of those ones that's gonna look really nice once you do this and you take the border off and put a better border on it, maybe attach it to something, I don't know. But I just thought finished, this could look really cool on sort of a accent wall of some sort. If you do like the I don't know if people still do it. I know it was a big trend in the 90s when you had like the sea themed bathroom. It's not something that I really have in my house. But I know some people that still do that from time to time or talk about doing that. So if you have that sort of sea theme in your bathroom, this could be kind of a cool one to put in there if that's your thing. Because it's small, it's not going to take up a lot of space, could be pretty easy to frame. So it's a thought. So that's Pearls of Wisdom from Diamond Dotz. Let me roll this up real quick. And then, let's see, this one is Leisure Arts. Does this one have a name? Seascape. Oh, there we go. Seascape by Leisure Arts. Or Bord de Mer. Okay. So, opening up this one. So this is a full drill, but pretty sure it's a smaller one. Yeah, it looks like a 30 by 30 size full drill. And I was a little bit on the fence about getting this one because I didn't know, just looking at the image here, I didn't know if it was going to be like, I don't know, a little too pixelated to be interesting. I didn't know if it was going to come out kind of messy looking, if it was going to be too small. But I figured for $3, it could be worth a try. I don't know what it's running now. I haven't checked the prices as of filming this. But when I got it on like the super duper sale, they had it for like $3. So what all is in here? Let me see. Okay, similar to Diamond Dotz, you get a printout sheet. Theirs is noticeably smaller. So let me see. I was looking at, okay, it looks like one side is English and the other side is French. So if those aren't one of your languages, you might want to consult Google Translate or something. Or something else. I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend Google Translate, but something similar to that. GPT, I don't know, something, if you need help with that translation. There's the instruction page, your toolkit in this one. You can already see there's multi-placers in this one. And a big old honkin' wad of bags. You get one multi-placer, it looks like. For your pen, it looks like it's a 4-placer. And then your standard clear pen with squishy. So if you get one of these and you have the multi-placer, this is your single placer end, and then this just pops into there. And you can push it down as far as you need to. And then that's your pen ready to go. And then you also get a gray sorting tray with a funnel. And then your little tub of wax with a couple discs in there. So that's your toolkit for this one. Okay, I don't see any ABs designated on the key code, but we'll take a look. I wouldn't anticipate this one having any ABs, but you never know. I did just notice though, when I opened this up, I didn't have to straighten this one out, it just fell forward, so that's cool. All right, let's take a look here. Just scan real quick. Okay, right off the bat, I'm not spotting any ABs, but I can tell the drill quality is really nice because just in the bag, these are crazy shiny, as you can probably see in the camera. So for a budget kit, already pretty impressed. But like I said, Diamond Dotz sister company, so I went into this anticipating the quality of the content was going to be pretty good as far as supply. So your drill trains here, you get like a kind of a burgundy color. This is like a super dark blue, I believe. Yeah, $9.39. You get a neutral, some yellows. I don't know if it's showing up in camera, but these are actually two different color yellows. This one's a little bit darker. They look almost identical in the camera for some reason, but yeah, this is a little bit darker, almost leaning into like a light orange color, and then this is more of a traditional bright sunny yellow. And then you get a mid pink and a darker, dustier pink. This is like a super light lavender color. It's probably going to be really pretty in the sky, I'm guessing. This one, 3756. So it looks like a white color. Some more neutrals. Some orange. Some dark purples going into a mid purple. And then 3865 white. So that's in that train. And then your second train here, some 154, so that's sort of that winish purple color. Some more light purples, some browns, some more yellow, some light blue, some more orange and yellow. I know a lot of these yellows are looking the same shade in the camera, but they're all slightly different. So that'll be really nice when you're building up the sunset. The purple's a little bitty touch of green. I'm thinking that's going in some of the shading in the rock formations here. Maybe some up here, not sure. Some more orange, more pinks, more browns. This is 791 and 792 blue and 793 blue. The whole family. Some light pink, some lighter pink, and then this is what, 823 blue, dark blue. So that is your color scheme for Seascape from Leisure Arts. And that's pretty much what it is. Just a big ass rock with some tide and some sunset clouds. So yeah, nothing too complicated. Pretty confetti though. Pretty confetti heavy. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Well, it looks like there's a little bit of color blocking like down in this corner, but I would say the bulk of the rock and the sunset and the water here is going to be pretty much confetti work. But it's only a 30 by 30, so you're not going to be there forever. But yeah, also with a 30 by 30, you know, it's one of those ones that you can just take your time with and put you on a movie and have you some you time. This is a good one if you're new to all this and you're unsure about sizing and all of that. This would be a good one just to start with, because there's not too many crazy colors. There's not, you know, it's not like portraiture where you have to worry about figuring out errors or mix-ups in skin tones or anything like that. It's a rock, it's some water, it's some clouds. So it's a pretty good entry-level canvas to start with, and you get nice quality products. So it's also another good one to use to, you know, if you want to introduce somebody to doing this kind of thing. Obviously, when you're starting out, you know, I understand that budget is a concern, is something to consider when you're going into something like this. But if you're starting something new and or if you're introducing somebody else to doing something that you love, it's nice to start with like as decent quality stuff as you can, because if you get into these, as opposed to like when I first started diamond painting and I was just getting what I could find just to sort of feel out how this all works, because I think anybody that's been doing this for a few years, they can attest that there is, just compared to what there was even just a few years ago, as far as like kits you could pick out to what you can find now, it's overwhelming how much more stuff is in the market now. And when I first started out and I was just getting the super budget kits from anywhere I could find them, a lot of some of them came out really nice, but a lot of the kits came with like this super thin recycled plastic and it didn't have super shine to it, but it was still cool. It was still a cool concept as far as artwork to get into, and you could find ways back then to enhance the shine on ones that were more dull, which is learning tricks about that from back then. I still use it now for when I get budget kits sometimes that still may have been made recently, but their kits that they put together were still using the sort of inferior quality stuff from years ago. People are still putting them into kits now. So anytime I get a kit that still has that sort of lower grade stuff and I want to oomph it up a little bit, I know those tricks from back then. But now there's so many more options that you can get that are really nice quality stuff at a friendlier budget. So if you get something like that and you give this to somebody, they're immediately going to look at this and be like, oh yeah, I get why people are into this, because it's going to shine automatically. They're not going to sit there quite as much as back in the day and be like, I don't know. They're going to get a lot more payoff right away when they get like the super shine coming off of these. So that's something to think about with these budget kits. So I didn't mention it as far as like canvases. Sorry about that, but I'll mention it here real quick. Both come with the surged edge. They're not felted on the back, but they're that like kind of tarp quality polyester, the more scratchy stuff. But it's not bad. Sometimes you'll hear diamond painters that have been doing this for a while, they'll mention that while the lint back is nice, one of the kind of downfalls of that is they flop around a lot when you're working on them. So when you have the stiffer quality canvas, yeah, it might not be as impressive as far as like feel, but as far as actually working on it, it can sometimes work to your benefit as far as being a stiffer product that's going to hold still better when you're working on it. So yeah, you know, with anything, there's pros and cons, but yeah, they're both on that same sort of canvas where it's like the polyester kind of thicker canvas. Both have surged edge. So the Leisure Arts ones, this comes kind of surprising for a 30 by 30. This is actually 35 colors in this. And it says down here that the design size is a true 30 by 30. Fabric size 15 by 15. I was noticing that while I was talking a minute ago. I was like, this looks like it's closer to a 30 by 30, which you don't see quite that often. So when you see a true 30 by 30 come out, you're like, oh, wow, that's what it's supposed to look like. That's cool. Because there's so many companies that, as far as their production costs, you know, they'll advertise something as a 30 by 30. And even some of the larger canvases, they'll do it too. It's more noticeable in the 30 by 30s world. They'll market it as a 30 by 30, but they count it as the edge of the canvas here. So your workspace is actually, it can be anything from 25 by 25 to 20 by 20. And that can actually affect how clean your image is going to come out, because you don't have as much space to make definition with smaller things in the picture. But it's something they do where it just taking those little few centimeters or whatever off, it'll save them a few cents here and there on a lot of canvases being printed at once. So it works out on their end, but when you get it as a consumer, it can be a little bit disappointing where you're like, where's my canvas? But you do it so long, you kind of get used to the fact that you're just going to be shafted a little bit on a lot of the 30 by 30s. Most of the time, it's not going to make that huge a difference, but every so often you will come across canvas where you'll notice if it had been a true 30 by 30, you probably would have had a better outcome. But with this, I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. And you know, like I said, this is a true 30 by 30. So I think the quality is going to be just fine. But yeah, I thought I would mention that, since that is something that's more rare to see, is not getting shafted on the size. So yeah, that is, what do we call it? Seascape by Leisure Arts. So that's what I got for today. Just want to do this quick video of these two canvases that I talked about ages ago, but never got around to doing the unboxings for. So here you go. This is what they look like. I'll go look them up after I get done filming here and try to link them down below if they're still around. I'm pretty sure Pearls of Wisdom is still around. I don't know about this one. I'll take a look because Leisure Arts, I've noticed as far as what they stock online, they tend to go in and out of supply a lot more than Diamond Dots, where I don't know if they just do smaller print runs or what it is, but a lot of times they'll have it for a little bit, sell out, maybe come back for a little bit, maybe not. So I don't know. I'll check it and see if this is around. But either way, thanks for stopping by, and we will talk soon. Bye, guys.